Hey everyone, I hope you all are fine and healthy at your home. So in this video we will be solving wildcard matching problem. It is a hard problem on LeetCode as you can see, and it's one of the problem that makes you think that from smaller things you can solve the big thing as well, right? So the concepts used in this problem are like we have used it in our previous questions as well, but just a modification of them, just some combination of them, and here we will be with our amazing solution for lead code hard problem. And believe me, solving a lead code hard problem is in self accomplishment, right? You will feel so good after this video, so do watch it till end. In this video we'll be discussing that what we have to do, how we have to do. So the flow of this video will be like first we will be discussing the problem statement, then we will be discussing the logic behind the problem, that how we'll be going to solve it, and at the end we will be writing the code for the same, right? So without further ado, let's get started. So here we are. What the problem states is that given an input string and a pattern p, implement wildcard pattern matching with support quotient and star. So what you have to do, you have to convert that pattern to the string. You have to convert that pattern to the string, but the cases will be there. What cases will be there? That how you can convert that pattern to the string. There should be some logic or some magic, right? So the magic resides in that question mark and asterisk or star, whatever you say, right? So let's say star for simplicity, right? So the question mark matches any single character, like, so if we are having question mark in the pattern, what we can do, we can simply change it with any character. Any character, believe me, any character. There's no foundation or something like that. We can change it with any character. And if you're having a star, what you can do, you can change with a character, with a space, or with a sequence of character, right? You can either change it with the empty space like nothing. Okay, star goes in vain. We can use it for single character, we can use it for multiple characters as well, right? I hope that it should not be clear till now, because it was not to me as well, right? Let's head over to the question part. Right. I have to convert a, the pattern is a, and I have to convert into a, and in this pattern I'm only having a, I'm not having any superpower. What I mean by superpower basically mean I'm not having that question mark, I'm not having that star, right? So what we will be doing, we will be doing nothing, right? So it cannot match the entire string a. But in the case of example 2, we are having a star. So in the case of star, either I can take empty space, either I can take a character, either I can take a sequence of character. So can I take a sequence of character here? Yes, you can, right? Yes, you can take a sequence of character, and that's why I took a and the pattern matches and we have returned true. Now in the case of CB and question mark a, right? So we are having first character as C and second character as question mark. So remember, we don't have to make it like a anagram. What does anagram means? Okay, we are having the same number of characters but not in the proper sequence. What you have to do, you have to replicate the exact string, right? So this you have to keep in mind. Now just in order to replicate the exact screen, we cannot afford to have different characters. So in the case of question mark and C, we can use like we can use like that. Okay, with in place of question mark I will replace C. But in the case of B and A, the characters are not matching, right? The characters are not matching, so we will not be taking that, right? So let's head over to the PowerPoint so that I can help you explain more, right? So here we are. So let me just remove this, whatever it is. Let's just move to the next question. Okay, right? So the thing is that suppose I am having string as a and the pattern as a star, right? So the first character from here to here matches. So what we have to do, we have to move further. Now if I'm having a here and star here, so in the case of star I'm having two possibilities, right? Either I can use empty space, or I can use a character, or I can use a sequence of characters, right? But if we what does it simply means, that if we can use a sequence of characters, right? That again is a tricky part, right? So how we have to deal with this, how we have to deal with this. So let's simplify the problems. In the beginning only I said that we will be building it from small problems, right? We will be building up this question, we will be learning a lot of things from this question from a small thing, a small problems. So right, so suppose for the question mark I can replace it with, I can replace it with any character, and in the case of star I can replace it with empty space, I can replace it with character, or I can replace it with sequence of character, right? So let's break things down in the cases, right? Suppose I'm having Chirag here, and the next thing that I will be having is CH question mark star G, right? Let's say I'm having this, right? So now while converting Chirag, now converting this is the string and this is the pattern. So what you have to do, you have to convert that pattern to the string. What you have to do, you have to convert the pattern to the string. Now the first question is there, that S of I equals P of I. In this case what you have to do, suppose we are moving from prefix side, right? So if Si equals Pi, then what you have to do, okay, no issues, you can simply, they are matching, you have to convert them, they are matching, no issues. So let's move further. So now I will be here and I will be here as well, right? So what you have to do, simply, if the function is named, let's say wildcard matching WM, right? Let's say WM is the function, so it will be, and let's say n is the length of S and m is the length of P. S is the length of n and m is the length of P. So it will be n plus 1 m plus 1. Got it? Right? It will be n plus 1 m plus 1. What you have to do, you have to move further. Then again at the H we are like same characters, we will be moving further, I n question mark. Now the question will arise that if they are not equal, and P of I is equals to question mark, if P of I is equals to question mark, so if they're not equal and P of I is equals to question mark, so in the place of question mark we can replace any character. So is there any issue that I used question mark as I? If I used question mark as I, will there be any issue? No, right? So what we will be doing is, if we will using question mark as I and n plus 1 m plus 1, because as soon as I use question mark as I, again they are equal, and if they are equal, the above condition will follow, right? Now I'm having I'm not having them equal, I'm not having it as a question mark, and I'm having it as a star. Else I'm really sorry for that. Else, if Pi equals star, now what you have to do, now it becomes interesting, right? So now you are having a choice, because in this example we can see that what you have to do, you have to use star as RA, a sequence of characters, right? But this might not be case always. There can be a case, suppose my string is CHIRG, CHIG, my string is CHIG chig, and my pattern is CH question mark star G. So C matches, H matches, in the place of I used question mark, and now there is empty space G and there is star G. So in the case of star, what you have to use, empty space, right? So what will be the cases? So how I will be simplifying the cases, right? So let me just write these two cases here as well. So suppose there will be two cases, S and P. CHIG, CH question mark star G, CHIRAG, CH question mark star G, right? So here what we need, star is equals to empty space. Here what we need, star is equals to RA. But in the case of multiple sequence elements, how we will be doing this? What will be the cases? How we will know, okay, this much element it is being required? So how we are iterating? We are iterating through pointers. We are iterating through the indexes. That okay. So if we are using spaces, what will be our next call? Because in this you have seen that if they are equal, we will be using n plus 1 n plus 1. If there is question mark, still we will be using n plus 1 n plus 1. Now in this case, if there is star, what we will be using? If there is star and we are using it empty space, so if we are using it empty space, are we utilizing this? Right? So won't it be m plus 1? M is the length of pattern, so won't it be m plus 1? And are we utilizing this? There is nothing. We are still stuck here only, right? So we will be using n here. So I hope this is clear. If we use star as space, what we will be doing? If we use star as a space, what we will be doing?